Hey guys, so the book we're reading today is called Sherlock Holmes and Their Baker Street Irregulars. Sherlock Holmes is a detective, but detectives kind of act like spies sometimes too. So we're going to read a little bit of the preface. A preface is just a little bit of backstory sometimes before you actually get into the story itself. So let's get into it. So it says, first we shall be traveling to the final years of Victorian England, a time of change and tradition, of industry and ideas, and the last chapter of an empire. Before you dismiss this as a boring history lesson, before you roll your eyes and shut the book, read a little bit further. For I shall share with you never before documented adventures involving one of the greatest minds of the day. If you have not heard by now of the world's finest consulting detective, Mr. Sherlock Holmes, you have undoubtedly spent your years beneath a large rock, or perhaps you've been raised by wolves in the wild. I speak of the most brilliant and celebrated crime solver of all time, the model for modern crime detection. Much has been written about Mr. Holmes. In fact, in total, there are 56 short stories, 4 novels that tell of his adventures in great detail. These were recorded by Holmes' friend and biographer, Dr. John Watson. While entertaining, Watson's stories are not entirely accurate. It would be mean-spirited of me to blame the inconsistencies and curious oversights on Watson, who was well-intentioned and probably thought he was providing a faithful account of the Holmes adventures. But one particular omission has produced a grave injustice. Everyone's familiar with Mr. Holmes knows that he did not work alone. An extremely enthusiastic and loyal gang of homeless boys were a part of his organization. They were called the Baker Street Irregulars. They assisted Mr. Holmes in countless cases and provided spectacular service in crime solving. And yet, the irregulars are mentioned in less than a handful of Watson's stories. We will never know Watson's intentions to glorify Holmes alone, and by extending himself. But no matter one's opinion on the reason for the shortcomings, it is shameful omission indeed. All history needs the correction, and now it is time for the Baker Street Irregulars to have their due. Are you not curious about the Baker Street sleuths? The leaders, Ozzie, with the brilliant mind, and Wiggins, whose street smarts outfox the toughest criminals. Rohan, the gentle giant. Elliot, the ruffian, and the tiny lad Alfie. And there's others. But would you not like to know about them? Do you not agree it is time that you and the rest of the world learn the truth? Surely it is. You may be wondering who I am to make such assertions and to take on such responsibility. Let us say that I'm a witness, and the truth of what I tell shall ring loudly to all those who are willing to hear it. But I won't waste any more of your time. Let me share the story, and you can decide for yourself. Before you turn the page, I must warn you that you are about to enter the world of death, anger, greed, and deception, and an evil more potent than lightning. This story is not for the faint of heart, nor those with feeble spirits. But I hope that you will be brave enough not to turn back now. Read on, pay close attention, and you may yet discover who I am. As Sherlock Holmes said, the world is full of obvious things which no one by any chance observes. Yours anonymously, London, England. So that's just a little bit of the preface. Chapter 1 is called 3 Gruesome Deaths, but we're actually not going to read that. But if you thought that was interesting and you enjoyed that a little bit, come check us out at the library. It's going to be great. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget that we also have our puzzle going on right now. Call in to pick up one and color it so you guys have a chance to win the $25 gift card. Thanks for watching.